afford to go post-secondary. It's such a struggle, and I know that I'm pretty fortunate, but what about the others that can't afford it? What can we do to help all families?
Well, thank you for that question, and that's the other part. This is a complicated sandwich, isn't it? Because you've got your parents, you've got your kids who are trying to get an education that's expensive, and you may be dealing also at the same time with needs around childcare. So all of these things have to be addressed. Now, we always hear promises about these different issues from political parties, don't we, when it comes to post-secondary education. I'll tell you what our record is. At a time just a few years ago when the Liberals wanted to bring in a big corporate tax cut for the banks and the oil companies, I said to Paul Martin, who was at the time in a little bit of trouble around some scandals and the Gomery Commission and money in brown paper bags in restaurants, and you all remember that. Yeah. And it looked like his government was going to collapse. I said, look, if you will cancel the $4.6 billion of corporate tax cuts that you want to propose for the banks and the oil companies, and put every penny of that into post-secondary education with a specific goal of keeping that education affordable, holding or bringing down the tuition fees, working with the province, and then putting some money into affordable housing, including for Aboriginal Canadians, and into our municipalities' infrastructure, especially public transit, then we'll keep this Parliament going until we can get those things done. So we believe in concrete action, working with others, and I think that was a good example. Most recently, what we've recognized is that there's no law in Canada that says that the federal government has an obligation and a responsibility to be funding and supporting affordable, high-quality post-secondary education. It's time that such a law was brought into the House of Commons, just like the Canada Health Act. We haven't waited around. We've written that law, and we put it before the House of Commons this past March. Nikki Ashton, the youngest woman member of Parliament, still a student herself, put that legislation onto the floor of the House of Commons, and now it's open for debate. And I hope that people will look at it, because this isn't a promise of a few dollars here or a few dollars there. This is a promise to have a law that says any government, no matter who's in power, has to ensure that we have affordable post-secondary education in this country. And that's our commitment, and we'll have a lot more to say about that as the election unfolds.